Isn't she just magnificent?
Hoi, leuk dat je weer kijkt. Als je de vorige video in deze serie hebt gezien, dan weet je dat ik deze video gelijk na die laatste heb opgenomen. Omdat ik graag verder wil met de Beast Class en met wat sidequests en geld verdienen. Plus ik zat er lekker in. En nu gaan we weer verder met het plan wat ik bij de vorige video had. Zodat we daarna hopelijk weer verder kunnen met de main quest. Vandaag wil ik graag de Beast Class doen en Alohomora. En dan daarna kan ik nog kijken of dat ik eventueel nog een andere quest ga doen. Waarvoor ik wat spulletjes nodig heb.
I really have made a mess of things. Confringo. That was nothing. You should see the charm I've been working on.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Maar dat gaan we niet nu doen. We hebben een Beast Class to attend. Dus je mag even wachten, Cressida. Is dit? Dat zijn leuke verrassingjes zo, hè? Ik loop verkeerd. Wat ben jij aan het doen? Schiet me kapot, joh. Ik denk er is iets aan de hand. Zal ik wel weer moeten wachten tot de ochtend. Maar ja. Gewoon casually zitten daar op de grond terwijl het regent. Wachten totdat iedereen voorbij me loopt om de klas te beginnen. Zo normaal om te doen.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting.
Aww.
Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe.
Oh! Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience.
Even tussendoor. Die dodovogel, dat is dezelfde vogel als die we in de stad hebben gezien. Alleen dan groter en blauwer als ik me goed herinner. En die verdween ook. En dat is de reden waarom die winkel dicht was. Dus als ik nu kan leren hoe ik die dodovogel weer tevoorschijn kan halen, kan ik misschien die winkel openen. En ik kan misschien een huisdier hebben. Dat zou leuk zijn.
That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed? What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the measles in the farthest pen?
This way. The measles are over here.
Lijken wel katten.
Oh, couple of knees or whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone.
Her name is Persephone.
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
Wat een sukkel zeg.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the measles just as you did with Gerald. The measles really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
Oh, dankjewel,
It
Poppy.
appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Kan ik ook proberen op deze vogels? Oké. Dat ga ik proberen in de stad.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The ministry, perhaps.
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other fifth years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Over here.
Did you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet. In the forest.
You've intrigued me. Very well, lead the way.
I'd hoped I would.
Dat gaan we
I
wel
wouldn't
doen.
take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you, I think.
Ja,
As I
inderdaad.
said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back.
Oh. Wauw.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
Wauw.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
Doei, Highwing.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
Vet cool.
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howard mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Ik mag die Poppy wel. Ik denk naast Nettie dat zij mijn andere beste vriendin kan zijn. Ja, dankjewel dat je me het laat zien, Poppy. Dat was super tof. En ik kan dieren nu voeren en eten geven. Maar we houden ons aan ons plan. Dan gaan we nu Alohomora leren. Dan kan ik eindelijk gesloten deuren openen. Deze kant ben ik nog niet eerder op geweest volgens mij. Zo, jee. Wel gevlogen. Even een full flame pakken. Hoe kan ik dat dan? Wat ben jij aan het doen? Oh, knikkeren.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Garrett Weasley. Oh, jij bent die ene waarvan ik iets moest pakken. Uit die ene kamer van die professor. Wat wil jij?
Were you calling me, Gareth?
I was. After you helped me with that fupa feather and potions, I reckoned you might be just the person I need. You see, I have an idea for a fizzing Whizbee-inspired beverage, but I'm missing a key ingredient.
Where do you find the time for this and your homework?
I've plenty of time for both. Been managing for years. So, I suspect the key ingredient in fizzing Whizbees is dried billywig stings. I heard there's a store of them in Honeyduke's cellar. I'd get them myself, but my Aunt Matilda has her eye on me. Thinks I need to focus on potions class for a while, not for my own brews. I was hoping you could follow a secret passage to Honeyduke's cellar and grab a few dried billywig stings for me.
I don't know, Gareth. Secret passage to a cellar? Sounds like it's off limits.
Not at all. It's a perfectly legitimate secret passage. I'd use it if I could. The passage is hidden behind the statue of a one-eyed witch in the third floor corridor. Just tap it with your wand and say, Descendium.
Couldn't you have someone buy the dried billywig stings?
They're not for sale, and you never know when the cellar's going to be locked. So, the reliable way in and out is through the secret entrance.
Are you asking me to steal from a shop?
Goodness, it's not as if I'm asking you to rob Gringotts. Honeyduke's is more than enough, and I only need a few. It's a sweets ingredient. They won't be missed. Trust me.
I'll see what I can do, Gareth.
Fair enough. You shall be the first one to taste my newest brew if you can be of help. Perhaps I can convince a meat to help me with my potions homework. Get my aunt to loosen her reins a bit.
I'll need to get those dried billywig stings for Gareth if he's to finish his latest concoction.
Nou, we gaan lekker Alohomora doen. Hallo, Gladwin Moon.
Mr. Moon.
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologize if I seemed a bit unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. And from what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night. Now, if you wouldn't mind humouring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Go on, take the moon. Odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed, which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems, is trying to torment me. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience. Those statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening duties.
The faculty tower? I'm not sure I should be going in there.
Oh, you needn't worry. You'll be perfectly fine if you simply mind you're not seen. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alohomora, that's how.
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh. I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing. Good luck. Oh, and thank you.
Klinkt een beetje zus allemaal. Yes! We hebben Alohomora. Yes, 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 yes.
Alohomora on the lock.
Revelio.
Oh. Wat doe ik nou?
Alohomora.
Wow, wat is dit? Oké, ik heb hem.
Well done! You're in. Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area of the castle, after all.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
An asphodel.
Yes, well, it's still early. Perhaps they'll improve.
You see that?
This must be the prefect's bathroom. Alohomora.
Perhaps Ranrog and his lot wouldn't be so
Alohomora.
Oké. Oeh. Oké. Oeh. Hij komt hierheen. Moet wegwezen. Moet wegwezen. Moet wegwezen. Ik vind het te spannend dit hoor.
Off on another adventure, eh? Students in the hospital on account of my venomous tentacle.
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, I suppose I should begin my rounds now.
I suppose Professor Black knows best, but the students are terribly disappointed about Quidditch being cancelled.
Oh nee.
I had planned to bet a few galleons on Hufflepuff this season.
Oh.
I suppose I should pay closer attention. I suppose you should. If I catch a student in here, there will be consequences.
You are to be remanded at once.
Oeh, dat was op het nippertje. Nou, ik heb hem hoor.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Mr. Moon.
I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar, and I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
Understood. I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that.
Alleen maar omdat jij mij Alohomora
I
leert.
knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Hey, ik ben level 16. Dus ik kan een talent point gebruiken voor nog zo'n rij vrij te maken. Ik heb een rijtje van mijn talentenpunten erbij. Zo. En ik heb met nog één laatste talent point ervoor gekozen dat ik nog minder snel detecteerbaar ben wanneer ik onzichtbaar ben. Ik moet spullen gaan verkopen, want mijn plekken zijn vol.
You're back. Nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Dat zal zeker. Ik heb vandaag Alohomora geleerd en we hebben de Beast Class gevolgd. Plus ik heb zo een nieuwe rij voor talenten unlocked met de talent points. Het doel van de vorige en deze aflevering was ook om geld te verdienen, zodat ik weer verder kan met de volgende quests. Zoals die assignments waar ik Venomous Tentacula voor nodig heb, Focus Potion, Endurance Potion, Maxima Potion. Voor nu, dankjewel weer voor het kijken en tot de volgende keer.